So hello everybody. Today we are doing this interesting question from the latest physics paper 1, which is 9702, paper 1 to May June series 2020-24. It is from the latest paper, and this question was one of the interesting questions from that paper. Although the paper came easy, this question might have confused many of you. So let's start reading the question. Let's see. Is a lead pellet is shot vertically upwards into a clay block that is stationary. Clay block is initially stationary at the moment of impact, but it is also able to rise freely after impact. Let's learn more. The mass of the pellet is 5 grams and the mass of the clay block is 95 grams. The pellet hits the block with an initial velocity, which is u, of 200 meters per second. It embeds itself in the block and does not emerge. So that means let's just see the situation here. So we have this clay block and this pellet. It is moving towards the clay block with 200 meter per second velocity. But after impact, what we have is a system where clay block and the lead is embedded onto each other. So the total mass is going to be mass of clay block m1 plus m2, mass of pellet, and they move together to the upward direction with certain velocity, which we will call u2 for now. So then let's see what we have enough. How high above its initial position will the block rise? So there are many different ways to do this question. We'll see the kinematics way first, using one of the most important laws of physics, the law of conservation of momentum. So first, let's see the initial momentum of the whole system. So initial momentum, that's gonna be m1 u1 plus m2 u2. So m1, let's take it as a pellet. So that is gonna be 5 grams into initial velocity, that is 200 plus m2 is the block 95, but as it is stationary, its velocity is 0. So the total momentum, what we have now is 1000 Newton seconds. Now what we know is final momentum is equal to initial momentum. So the formula for final momentum is, as both the masses of pellet and block is collected, so m into v. We can call this, sorry, let's not call this m into v. Let's call this m into u, because this is the initial velocity, is equal to 1000 Newton seconds, right? The total mass is going to be 95 plus 5, as they are now together, into u. U is what we have to find right now. Sorry, 1000 Newton seconds. So that's going to be u is equal to 1000 by 100. That's going to be 10 meter per second. So what we have is initial v after collision, that is equal to 10 meter per second, right? So now what we need is distance, s, distance traveled. Why? So let's just see the situation. So after this collision, they both move together, embedded onto each other, but then they only move to a certain height because gravity is acting against them. So now they will keep on getting slowed down until they have a final velocity of 0, which is their maximum height. And this is what we call s, and this is what we have been asked by the question. So let's see here. How high above its initial position will the block rise? Yep, that's the highest position is where the block will have its velocity 0, because after that it will start falling downwards. So using equations of motion, we can use second equation of motion, which is v square minus u square is equal to 2as. In this situation, as we know, it is moving upwards, and acceleration of free fall is 9.81. So the system will now undergo deceleration, so its acceleration is going to be actually minus 9.81, and its velocity is also going to be minus 10 because it's moving upward direction. We are taking downward direction as positive and upward as negative. We can do vice versa as well. Then if we look at it this way, v is 0, u is what we have just gotten, it's 10 meter per second, so it's minus 10 whole square is equal to 2 into minus 9.81 into s, which is what we have to find. So s is equal to 100 minus 100, sorry, by minus 9.81 into 2, that is roughly equal to 5.09 meters, which we can round it off to 5.1 meters. Let's see if it matches any of the options here. I'm sure it does, but still. So it matches option A, so answer to this question is option A. Thank you.